In that one, we studied all the products of vectors both in scalar format and also in vector format. Now we shall go for application of vectors in 3D. Applications of vectors in 3D geometry. In that one, first application we are going to study straight lines. So, different forms of straight lines we are going to find out, or we are going to study about different forms of equation of straight line using vectors, and also we are going to study angle between two straight lines. This is our first target. That is, first one, equation of a straight line. Passing through a point and parallel to a given vector. This is nothing but equation of a straight line passing through a point and a given slope, what we studied in our 10th standard syllabus. Same thing, instead of the slope we are having parallel to a given vector. This is first one. Then second format is equation of a straight line passing through two given points. These are two things we are going to study in our straight line. So first one, equation of a straight line passing through a given point and parallel to a given vector. This is our first stop. That is, having a straight line. This straight line, this is passing through a point A and parallel to a vector. Now always we shall take the points in our vectors as, so we shall decide like this. All points will be referred as A vector, B vector, C vector, etc. All vectors will be referred as U vector, V vector, W vector, etc. So this we are going to follow in our 12th standard. Whether the book is following or not, yeah, I am going to follow all the points as A vector, B vector and C vector, and the vectors as U vector, V vector, etc. So, a line is there passing through a point whose position vector is A vector. That means I am having an origin. So let me have another format, maybe like this. So this line is AB passing through a point A whose position vector is A vector. So this is the point, and this is parallel to another line, another vector. Maybe in a line there is another vector, U vector. So in the line is passing through a point and there is a vector parallel to this line. Then what is the equation of this line? That's what we are going to find. For this, I am going to take always a point P, a general point P, whose position vector is R vector. So, equation of a line passing through a point A whose position vector is A vector and parallel to U vector. Then equation is R vector equal to A vector plus TU vector, where T is any scalar. This is nothing but y minus y1 equal to m into x minus x1 format. Same thing, but it is in vector format. R vector equal to A vector plus TU vector. This A represents the points, U represents the parallel vector. You must have that one in your mind always. Now, this is called vector equation. Vector equation is. Now, there is another equation is called non-parametric equation. That is, I can write this vector equation as r minus a vector equal to tu vector, isn't it? Then vector equation implies. That means what? One vector is expressed as the scalar multiple of another vector, means these two vectors are parallel or collinear. If these two vectors are parallel or collinear, whatever it is, then their cross product is 0, isn't it? Then r minus a cross u vector equal to 0 vector. This is called non-parametric format. Then there is another format, that is our usual format called Cartesian equation. Let r vector is any vector, so it is xi, yj plus zk. Then if I substitute here, then r vector is written as, the vector equation implies r vector as xi vector plus yj vector plus zk vector equal to, a is a particular point in this one, so I can refer as x1, y1, z1, and u is any vector, so always we used to refer vector as element. Then it is x1i, y1j, vector equation r equal to a vector plus tu vector implies y1j plus z1k plus t into li plus mj plus nk. Then on simplification, shall I write r, if I bring this one to this side, is it not x minus x1 into I, y minus y1 into j, z minus z1 into k equal to tli, tmj. I am multiplying the scalar also, t and k. Then when I compare I vector, j vector, k vector components, shall I write x minus x1 equal to TL, that is by L equal to T. Is it not y minus y1 by m, that is equal to T, equal to z minus z1 by m equal to T. We shall eliminate the T, eliminating T. Because after all it is a constant, that constant may be 1 also. So this is the Cartesian equation. So for a line passing through a point and parallel to a vector, this vector equation is r vector equal to a vector plus tu vector, and its non-parametric form is r minus a cross u vector equal to 0. And then the Cartesian form is x minus x1 by L, y minus y1 by M equal to z minus z1 by M. Now, this format is an equation of straight line, because just if I take only this part, x minus x1 by L equal to y minus y1 by M, shall I write this one as y minus y1 equal to m by L into x minus x1? Is it not our y minus y1 equal to m into x minus x1, where m equal to m by L? So this is our equation of a straight line, where is represented or referred in 2 dimension format. 122 points are involved. Since there are 3 points are involved, and this is the equation of straight line in Cartesian form in 3 dimension. Hence we study all the vectors format, all the vector equation in 3D. So vectors is useful to find any study, or is very useful to study any geometric things in 3 dimension format. So this is what we are going to study in this one. So this is the format, vector equation, non-parametric equation, and also Cartesian equation of a straight line in 3D. If I have one point, one parallel vector. Next we shall go for second format, that is equation of a straight line passing through two given points. Then what will be the equation of that straight line? We are going to study all these equations of straight line in vector format, non-parametric format and also Cartesian format. I am having a straight line passing through 2 points A vector and B vector, whose position vector of A is kept small a, the position vector of B is small b. This is all. Let P be any point such that OP vector equal to R vector. Then let AB be a straight line passing through points A and B, whose position vectors are A vector and B vector respectively. That is, OA vector equal to A vector and OB vector equal to B vector. Let P be any point on the line such that OP vector equal to R vector. Therefore, equation of straight line is R vector equal to A vector plus S into B minus A vector, because I have to give it the same state, that is one general vector equal to one point, then a vector multiplied with a scalar. So one general vector, first point, then I need a vector. When I subtract 2 points, then that will become a vector. So it is expressed in terms of vector. So if it is multiplied with a scalar, then that format is given. So this is the equation of a straight line in vector format if two. Now, second one, non-parametric form. Now, shall I write the vector equation as? Vector equation becomes R vector equal to A vector plus S into D minus A. Shall I rearrange this one as R minus A vector equal to S into B minus A vector? When one vector is expressed, when I subtract 2 points, it will become a vector. So one vector is expressed as a scalar multiple of another vector, means these two vectors are parallel or collinear. When two vectors are parallel or collinear, then the cross product is 0. So then this implies R vector minus A vector cross B minus A vector equal to 0 vector. This is the non-parametric form of the equation of straight line passing through 2 points. Then Cartesian format. Cartesian form. Cartesian form. Let R vector equal to xi plus yj plus zk. We always take the general point as xy z and particular points A vector as x1i, y1j, z2k, because these two are known points. B vector as x2i, y2j plus z3k. Then vector equation shall we write straightly as vector equation is what? R vector equal to A vector S into B minus A, isn't it? Shall I write this one as R minus A equal to S into B minus A? Then R minus A means subtraction of these two. Is it not x minus x1 into I, y minus y1 into j, z minus z1 into k equal to S into x2 minus x1 into I, similarly S into y2 minus y1, I am subtracting straightly and also multiplying with S. S into z2 minus z1 into k. Now comparing I vectors and j vectors, shall I write x minus x1 equal to s into x2 minus x1. Shall I write that one as x2 minus x1 equal to s? Instead of that s, y minus y1 by y2 minus y1, that is also s, equal to z minus z1 by z2 minus z1 equal to s. I will get. I am eliminating that s because being a scalar. So this is the equation of straight line in 3D if 2 points are given. You know, suppose if I just omit this y z parameter, is it not y minus y1 by y2 minus y1 equal to x minus x1 by x2 minus x1, which is the equation of straight line in 2 dimensions. So if I include z also, then this is the equation of straight line in 3 dimensions, in which 2 points are known in my straight line. So this one is the vector equation, this is non-parametric equation, and this one is Cartesian equation. So these are the 3 things we must know in each equation. So with this notes or with this idea, we shall do all the problems in the class. Now we shall go for all the examples. First one, example 6.24. A straight line passes through the point 1, 2, minus 3 and parallel to a vector 4i plus 5j minus 7k. Find the vector equation of straight line in vector form, which is parametric, vector form, non-parametric, and Cartesian form. So whether they are asking or not, we shall find hereafter. An equation means in parametric, non-parametric, and also Cartesian form. But we must know what are the things given. Given it is passing through a point, given straight line passes through point. Point means I told we must write in terms of A, B, C. Always we are going to refer points as A vector, B vector, and C vector, and parallel vector U vector equal to 4i plus 5j minus 7k. So 1.1 vector is given. Therefore, vector equation is R vector equal to A vector plus TU vector. That is R vector equal to A vector is I plus 2j minus 3k plus T into U vector is 4i plus 5j minus 7k. This is the vector equation. Now, second one, non-parametric. Non-parametric form. 1.1 vector is given, therefore it is R vector equal to A vector plus TU. Then it is R minus A equal to TU vector. Being first problem I am doing all these things, otherwise we can do straightly R vector cross U vector, R minus A cross U vector equal to 0. That is R minus A is I plus 2j minus 3k cross U vector is 4i plus 5j minus 7k equal to 0. This is non-parametric form. Cartesian equation. Shall we do straightly? Cartesian form. Just introduce R vector. That is, let R vector equal to xi plus yj plus zk. Now, suppose if I substitute here this vector form, then x vector, R vector will become xi plus yj plus zk, isn't it? Now, can you understand if I write straightly? This vector will become R minus A format, isn't it? So this will be subtracting. The scale, this vector is coming with the scalar. These points will go to the denominator. That is, shall I write straightly x minus 1, this 1, is equal to y minus 2, this 2, equal to z plus 3, when this minus 3 is taken to the other side, plus 3. Now what are the numbers with the scalar? 4, 5, minus 7. You write that 4 under x, you write that 5 under y, you write that minus 7 under z. This is the Cartesian form, straightly. These numbers will be subtracting. The numbers which are coming with scalar will go to the denominator. That means that will be y. So can you understand? X minus 1, y minus 2, z plus 3, by 4, by 5, by minus 7. You write as it is. This is the Cartesian form. With that, this problem is over. This is example 6.24. Now we shall go for example 6.25. The vector equation is of a straight line is R vector equal to 3i minus 2j plus 6k plus t into 2i minus j plus 3k. So they gave the equation of straight line. They are asking vector equation in non-parametric form, vector equation Cartesian form, and also direction cosines. That is, first I will write the direction cosines. Second one, non-parametric form equation. Third one, Cartesian form. Now, either I can find non-parametric and Cartesian form, and afterwards I can go for direction cosine and whatever it is. So, first we shall take the line. Given straight line is R vector equal to 3i minus 2j plus 6k plus t into 2i minus j plus 3k. Now, can you identify what is the vector in this? This is point, this is vector, isn't it? Because the vector which is multiplied with scalar is the vector. So this is free vector is point. Therefore point A is 3i minus 2j plus 6k, and the parallel vector u vector equal to 2i minus j plus 3k. Since this is the vector, we shall find the unit vector of this u. Therefore, unit vector of u, that is u cap equal to, we know the formula, any vector by its modulus. That is, u vector is 2i minus j plus 3k by modulus means root of 2 square minus 1 the whole square plus 3 square. This is u cap. It is 2i minus j plus 3k by root of 4 plus 1 plus 9. That is 2i plus j plus 3k by root 14. Therefore, this is unit vector. We are asked to find out the direction cosine. Just to omit the ijk and divide root 14. Is it 2 by root 14, comma minus 1 by root 14, comma 3 by root 14. Why we are taking this vector? Because this is the vector. This one is point. So I can find the unit vector. They are vector only. So this is the vector. So I am finding the vector, unit vector for the given vector. So unit vector, we know if I omit ijk and unit vector, I will get the direction cosine. That means this is the angle made by the line with the x-axis, this is the angle made by the line with the y-axis, this is the angle made by the line with the z-axis. Now, they are asking only direction cosine. Now, second one, non-parametric form. Straightly, 1.1 vector, so it is r minus a cross u vector equal to 0. That is r minus 3i minus 2j plus 6k cross u vector is 2i minus j plus 3k equal to 0. This is the non-parametric form. Then third one, Cartesian form. Can you say straightly? These numbers will be subtracting. That is, let r vector equal to xi plus yj plus zk. Then the Cartesian form is x minus 3, isn't it? y plus 2 equal to z minus 6. These numbers will divide. So by 2, by minus 1, by 3. This is the Cartesian form. With that, this problem is over. So example 6.25 is over. So from this we learn how to find the direction present from this problem. Example 6.28. Find the angle between the straight line. Between the straight line x plus 3 by 2 equal to y minus 1 by 2 equal to minus z with the coordinate axis. That means I must find out what is the angle produced by this line with the x-axis separately, with the y-axis separately and with the z-axis separately. First we shall make the line to be clear. So it is x plus 3 by 2 equal to y minus 2 by 2. Since it is given as minus z, shall I write minus z minus 0. If there is nothing there in the denominator means it is 1. That is x plus 3 by 2 equal to y minus 1 by 2. Is it not z minus 0 by minus 1? Therefore, now we can see x coefficient is 1, y coefficient is plus 1 and z coefficient is also 1. Then the vector in this line is, then u vector equal to, then the vector, parallel vector u is equal to the denominators, isn't it? That is 2i plus 2j minus k. This is the vector. Let me find the unit vector of this vector. Therefore, unit vector of u, that is u cap equal to u vector by its modulus. That is u cap equal to 2y plus 2j minus k by root of 2 square plus 2 square minus 1 the whole square. It is 2i plus 2j minus k by 4 plus 4, 9, 8 plus 1 root 9. That is 2i plus 2j minus k by 3. Therefore, this is the unit vector. Therefore, can we say the direction cosine as 2 by 3, comma 2 by 3, comma minus 1 by 3. That means this is cos alpha, this is cos beta and cos gamma. Therefore, from we studied that one in our standard. Therefore, the first angle is, then this implies cos alpha is 2 by 3, cos beta is also 2 by 3, cos gamma is minus 1 by 3. From this, alpha equal to cos inverse of 2 by 3 is the angle made with x-axis. Similarly, beta equal to cos inverse of 2 by 3 is the angle made with y-axis, and gamma equal to cos inverse of minus 1 by 3 is the angle made with z-axis. So cos inverse of 2 by 3, cos inverse of 2 by 3, cos inverse of minus 1 by 3 is the angle. So we can find the angle made by that line with the axis. Now, with these ideas, we shall do some problems related to this model in our exercise. So exercise 6.4.